What's happening, everybody? It is Sunday morning, afternoon, perhaps both. It's time for another episode of Selling Past Your Expiration Date, Being Thrifty Over 50, starring JPEG. I'm Jay, and
Hey, hi, everybody.
That's my mommy.
Hey, yeah. Mom's excited because the Indians are doing terrific. Go Tribe. But in case those of you who haven't heard, if you are a Tribe or a Boston Red Sox fan, the game has been postponed today until tomorrow. Boo-hoo-hoo. I was getting all psyched up, ready to pull that sweep.
And right before we went live to the air, I banged my head.
Quit picking on me already.
Picking on you? You're talking like you've never been to a YouTube chat in your life.
Yeah, well, when I'm focused on one thing, that's it. That's as far as I can.
My point is somehow you went to Facebook.
Yeah, I did. I didn't realize I just had to go to the YouTube channel thing. Just trying to let you know we were running a little behind, everybody. Because Jason wasn't ready.
Yes. All right. Pretty much that's all it was.
Yep.
All right, so this is not important, and we'll get your questions in a second. But some of you might have downloaded iOS 10, which is the operating system for your iPhone. Or you may have bought a 7 or 7 Plus. And Mom wants to know how the new features work in texting. Now, this is not important at all, but I figured I might as well show her on the air. So here we go.
All right, let's take a look.
That way the rest of you can learn too, if you are so inclined. All right, so in the texting, and I think this only works for, now as you can see that little I, Mom did one by accident. I think this only works for Apple phone to Apple phone, or Apple, I just received a payment for something. All right, so if you tap the little heart with the fingers down at the bottom there, you can draw right there, hi, and then you can send it. You click on the little white arrow in the blue circle. Okay, so there it is.
Wait. Back up. You tap the little heart, and you draw right on the heart thing? How did you, I still don't know how you got your fingers over to the square.
You tap the little heart with the 2 fingers.
Got it.
There's a little black, see that black square?
The black square, yes, of course.
Do you have me on the big screen?
Yes.
Okay, so you just draw right in there.
All right, so you tap it, but then you move your fingers over there, and then you draw.
Yeah, you're drawing with your finger.
Okay, all right.
So if you want, I'll put a green circle around it, and then I'll put some pink, purple dashes on it.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Mom will practice later.
But now, if you want it to be bigger, you tap tap this, and then you see the 4 little hand signals out here to the right.
Yes.
You tap those, it'll put it on the big screen. It'll tell you can draw with 1 finger. You can send a fireball. So if you just click the little X, now you've got a much bigger screen to draw on. Hello, mother.
Oh, cool.
And then send it.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
And then if you want to send a text with power, Browns suck.
Yeah, and they sure do.
Okay, so if you tap the arrow, it'll just go like normal.
Okay.
If you hold the arrow
down,
it'll go to these features.
Okay.
Now you can do slam, which is the top one there. So if I select that one and then send it, boom, it just kind of slams it on your phone.
Oh.
And then Indians are awesome. If we want to celebrate that, we hold down the arrow. Okay. And then at the top where it says bubble or screen, we go to screen.
Oh, okay.
And then you have balloons. If you slide to the left, you have confetti. You have lasers, you have fireworks, and you have a shooting star. So let's go with confetti.
Okay. How do you know it's confetti? I mean,
the confetti?
Yeah, I know, but how did you pick confetti?
You just slide your finger left and right. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now I'll send it to you.
Yeah, my phone's.
And then on your end, you'll see all the confetti raining down. See?
Oh, that's so cool.
All right. So there's nothing important about that at all, but just for funning, it's it's all the young kids are doing it, and so
us old timers got to get in the know, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, all right, I will practice after the show. See if I can.
So it's just for fun, but I'll tell you a quick story. Back, I don't know how many years ago this was, 10 maybe. Mom, I think, got her first cell phone, and she was calling me, and I'm like, just text me. And she goes, I'm not texting. Why do people text? I'm like, I don't know. What if I was sitting at a concert? I can't talk to you, but I surely can text to you.
I remember you saying that exact words. Yeah.
And I gave her other places where I couldn't talk, but I could always text. And she's like, oh, you're right. And now she's a texting fool. So now when she learns these things, I'll be getting lasers and confetti and all kinds of stuff.
I do enjoy it. I have to admit, it's fun. That part of it I really do like.
And Cheryl says she's 3 updates behind. The last one crashed her phone. Here's the problem, Cheryl. You keep getting further behind. You're going to have some problems because the apps and stuff you use won't work with that far back. And there's going to be a point where they won't even support it anymore. So you got to catch up.
I'm going to ask this question, and it's kind of related a little bit. When they say that you're running out of space on our phone, I'm going to have to buy more space. If we delete photos, does that solve the problem?
You can't buy more space on your phone. If your phone is full, your phone is full. So you can buy more space in the cloud. Well,
that's what I mean, more space in the cloud. So by eliminating the photos, does that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So
somebody's asking, are we talking right this second? We're talking about apples because that's all we have.
Right.
So I can never chat about the fun. Here's what I know about Androids: they start fires and burn planes and people's cars down. So
no, bad. Yeah.
Stick with apples.
Scary. I mean, that guy had that other kind of phone or something. The one that just recently happened.
Yep.
Good.
All right, so let's talk questions. And I gotta say the biggest one we gotta talk about is what, Ma?
International shipping.
Yay! Now,
not be afraid, please.
All right, hang on. Let me lead you down the path, Ma. How long you been selling online now?
Oh gosh, what am I into? 4 years? 5 years? I've lost track myself, actually.
All right. Yeah. Now, granted, you had me as your guide, but
true.
From the onset, did you ever not ship internationally?
Never. Right off the bat, when you trained me, international shipping was part of my training, and I've never looked back because it's not hard.
All right, now I'm calling Terry Moore out, not because I'm calling her out to shame her or throw her on the bus, but we want to help Terry because she's the one that is afraid of it. And so I don't know if Terry's listening live right now, and if she is, she might not be in the chat either. So, but those who are listening live, is anyone who's in the chat, because I can't see otherwise, is anyone afraid of international shipping? And if so, why?
And I can't see the chat, everybody, so don't forget that.
Oh yeah, I found the monitor we got to buy for you. It's 128.
Right. How much?
128. It's the one Stacy has.
Okay. All right. Good. Let's get it.
So look, I realized early on in my online selling career that international shipping was the way to go. And I learned that early, like 2000, 2001. Back when it was a little more complicated. You had to fill out, do I have any? I think I cleaned them all out finally. You had to fill out a whole thing, and then you had to wait in line, and they had to tear it off. And this is before we could print online. Wow. So if you're new to selling, it used to be a lot trickier and a lot more pain in the ass.
Anybody else?
So the only thing so far is I have problems calculating the price.
Okay.
Since you brought it up, I'll get to you in a second, but let me finish what I was saying.
Yeah.
So back then you had to, like I said, you had to fill out a separate form. You had to wait in line. They would tear it off, stamp it. There was a whole rigmarole. And it was not complicated, but way more involved, and you had to go wait in line. Whereas if you're doing domestic, you could just drop them in the box. And so, but think about this. Say you're in a business class, and your assignment is to discuss starting a new business. Do you think you would pass if you said this to your professor? I'm going to start a business where I only allow 300 million customers potentially to buy my product and not 7.3 billion. You'd fail immediately.
Yeah, right. Good scenario there.
Now, granted, I know half the world, third of the world that doesn't have internet and shopping. I get that, but that's why I say the word potential. So you definitely want to give the most amount of people the options to buy your goods.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I have not calculated ever is what percentage of my sales are international, but I always have 1 or 2 a week. So, it's right there.
All right. So here's the one thing I will talk about, because people are talking about calculated shipping, and that's fine. I always do flat. I always know what my stuff's going to cost. And that's from years of experience. That's from selling a lot of things. And even though I've never sold these 2 mugs before, I have sold other groups of 2 mugs. And so once I've got the weights for those 2, these are going to be about the same. So I always pad my international a little bit, like a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there, Canada and the rest of the world. And you should break them down into Canada and the rest of the world because it is cheaper to get to Canada. But once you know the weights of things, especially if you're doing the same stuff over and over, if you're doing coffee mugs, if you're doing jeans, they're all going to weigh about the same, give or take. So once you lock into a weight and a price, you're good until the rates change.
I mean, for starters, and this Jason taught me this early on. Of course, Canada, is one fee, and then worldwide is another. And we have picked Japan as our furthest shipping point to give us the estimate of approximately what I'm going to charge. So, I'll go into USPS to calculate a price. I think most of you have done that. If you haven't, we'll be glad to try and help you with that. But you just go in and calculate the price put in Japan, put in some weight, and there you go. I mean, it's not that hard. It doesn't take long. And like Jason said, once you kind of are familiar with certain products that you do over and over, it's always going to be the same price.
And if you go to USPS.com to calculate it, eBay has a shipping calculator too. But if you calculate there, that's with no discount. So if you're getting discounts on eBay, you'll actually, like I said, you'll put a couple bucks in your pocket, which will cover any time you've done some free shipping or you took a less offer. So it all kind of comes out in the wash. And yes, I want to clarify. So thank you, Bridget. When I say a flat price, I mean a flat price, not flat rate.
Right.
I know a pair of jeans is about £1. And so I am basing my price for America, Canada, and the rest of the world based on the flat rate for what £1 is going to be. So in America, I'm either going to do free shipping or if sometimes I'll do priority, so $6.99. And then Canada, I'll do $14.99, and the rest of the world, I'll do like $19.99 or $20.99. So once you start to figure out those things,
right.
And do I burn myself every once in a while by being loosey-goosey? Yeah. But do I usually make a couple bucks here or there? Yeah. So it all works out. So I spend less time worrying about it because, like I said, until you ship a chandelier, or I gotta figure out one of my chairs to go to Europe. I'm gonna have to sit down and calculate. Anything else should be about the same size as something else you just did.
And don't forget, everyone, your customer expects to have to pay that shipping. I mean, it's not cheap to ship out to Japan or Australia or wherever. So, they anticipate, that amount. So don't freak out when you see a figure of 30 or 40 bucks to ship something, because that's what it's going to be.
Now, Terry says something very specific in the Facebook group. So if you're not, I run a Facebook group called the Thrifting Board. If you're not in there, come on over and we'd like to have you. She said, it's not figuring out how to ship it. We've all explained that very well. It's the idea of things going wrong after I send it. Now, that kind of shocked me that was her concern. The last major headache I had where a package was lost went to California. I live 45 minutes from the California border now, and it was going to LA. So I live 3.5 hour drive to where it was going. No. California is like the 10th largest economy in the world. Should I have cut out California because a package got lost going 3.5 hours? No. Shit happens. Shit happens every day in your life. So don't be one of those, oh, the sky is falling, Chicken Little. What could happen? You know what could happen? A meteor could come shooting out of the sky and kill me today. I'm not spending 1 second worrying about it. I can get run over by a bus. That happens all the time here in Vegas. But am I going to worry about it? No. If it happens, it happens. It's my day.
Right. And the percentage is very small. I mean, I have
Small,
Yes,
tiny.
very minute. I have lost couple of packages over the years. I'm saying years, not the weeks. So, if you have shipped it and it never makes it, you either have to do a refund eventually. My customer never even contacted me that they never even got it, even though they paid for it. And I followed that for a long time. Went to Russia. Russia was a little more difficult. I do have to say that. Sometimes they get there and sometimes they don't. So
Well,
that's probably
here was
that's
the problem with Russia. It was a couple of years ago when Russians were like, man, we got a little bit of money in our pocket and the internet. Let's buy some stuff from the United States. And the Russian Postal Service was set up for about 1978. And all of a sudden, these packages flooded their country.
Yeah.
And so the mountains of mail, it took months to get it sorted out. So there was this, and of course, with all that extra mail laying around, stuff got lost.
Yeah.
But stuff happens. Things get lost in the United States, things get lost internationally. But
Right.
it's so small. But I do want to address two questions about this topic. Cheryl's updating her phone. All right, Cheryl, get on it, girl.
All right, Cheryl. Good for you.
Okay, so Sharking Mom Deals. Sharking Mom Deals, I like that. Worried about sending items that are restricted in a country by accident. Is there a flagging to tell you it isn't allowed to go to that buyer? No, there isn't a flagging. And yes, of course, you absolutely should be aware of the countries. But let me tell you, majority of the stuff that I sell, Mom sells, you guys sell, most of it, 98% is good to go. Right. There are some odd restrictions around the world. You can't ship perfume by air, so that can never go anywhere but domestically by ground. So yeah, you should be aware. But man, if you're selling a ceramic mug or a Hawaiian shirt or a pair of jeans, those are the normal things. They'll be just fine. I have never had anything, I think, ever get rejected and sent back because of being illegal to another country. Plus, as we go on in time, the things that were illegal for weird reasons 40 years ago, they may still be on the books, but no one gives a crap anymore.
Right.
Like, I think it was Germany, you couldn't send playing cards. In Italy, you couldn't send wood toys. Because back then, maybe that was their industry. Well, nowadays, because the globe is just one small place because of the internet, those things aren't that big of a concern anymore because we all can buy wood toys from anywhere easily.
Exactly.
Same with playing cards, especially in this town. You can walk in any Savers and find about a bazillion playing cards from all the casinos. So, yeah, if you got something you think, could this be, then yes, do your due diligence. But if you're just sending, a used seashell, an empty seashell with no animal in it, you're good.
Right. So don't be afraid, everybody. We really, it's not that hard. And like we said, the percentage of losing it or something happening, it's so small. You'll sell way more than you'll.
Then the other one, Ma, is from Daniel and Terry Moore. Oh, it's Terry. I'm reading it like I wasn't. Hey, Terry. You threw me off by having the Daniel part in there. I'm like, Daniel and Terry says. So she says, yes, but what if you have to pay return shipping? It's more expensive for international. Hey, Ma, how many returns have you had from international customers?
None. It's big. Zero.
In 17 years, maybe five. Returns for anything are so small. When you have them, you just deal with it.
Right.
Okay, Terry, I don't know where you live. Let's say you live in Florida and you ship something to Seattle, the furthest point in the continental United States from you. What if you got to deal with that return and it was a 10-pound item? You deal with it. You suck it up. That's called business. Every day is not going to be a win. Some days there's in the loss column, whether it's you got to pay for return shipping, you broke your – look, hey, Ma, have you done this? You go to pack an item you just sold and you break it.
Oh yeah, I've done it.
Well, that's a loss. You're gonna.
We were sick. Dad and I were sick, but we had one of those, But you just you can't base your business on returns, and the smaller part of the big picture. You have to look beyond that. And when you get a return or they don't like it, whatever the case might be, accept it and move on. Don't dwell on it. It's not good.
So the chat's saying, Joe said she's been doing 13 years, never had international return. Lorna's been doing it 15, no international return. 5 years. But the other thing too is, unless you're selling super duper expensive items, and I'm guilty of this just locally, I'll have to return something and I just miss it. I just don't return it. I miss the cutoff date. Things happen. But don't spend so much time thinking about the what ifs. The last baseball bat I sold went to Germany. Now, what if I sat all day and started going, what if the person who bought that bat killed somebody with it? I would feel horrible. Could that happen? Absolutely. Will it happen? Probably not. But I'm not going to waste any part of my day worrying about what happened to my product after it left my hands.
Your comparison is off the wall, Chase.
Well, those soccer hooligans in Germany, and you never know.
True.
Maybe the soccer hooligan who wants to beat up somebody is like, ooh, that Easton baseball bat, that's got a nice grip to it.
No.
But that's my point, Ma. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow. You
can't worry about it.
Thinking about it.
No, we can't. No, like I say, those of you that have posed those questions, put that behind you. Just go for it. Sign up. Get your worldwide shipping in there, and you'll see how your business will even start to increase.
Now, I meant to do this. I meant to preface this. So let me back up. Just so you know, my mom's not some New York City worldly woman. Where did you grow up, Mom? What kind of farm did you grow up on, Ma?
I grew up on a 7-acre little farm in a podunk town that had about 3,000 people.
Yeah, but what kind of farm? What kind of farm did you have?
We had an egg farm and a tomato farm.
And how many head of chicken did you have?
5,000.
So let me paint you the picture. Mom grew up on a chicken farm for eggs. And what was your preferred mode of transportation to town and your friend's house back in the day?
My horse.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
My beautiful horse. I rode everywhere.
So my mom's country. She rode her horse to town. She rode her horse to her friend's house. She lived on a chicken farm. Yep. Country.
Very.
She's 73. She has no fear. You should not have any fear either. Yeah. Because you could say, Jason's young. He ain't got no fear. Hey, Mom, Dad, 73. They have no fear.
No, we've been doing really, really good with this. I mean, I do get pushes from Jason on certain avenues, but that's good because it makes me learn. And I hope you have someone there giving you the nudge you might need. I mean, it does help. Because if I just had,
Terry said she has a worry. Terry said she has a worrywart, which I can see. She says, for getting started, is there a list of countries you would recommend? Yes, all of them.
All of them, absolutely, Terry. All of them, worldwide, honey. Don't shy.
Here's what's nutty, and this is direct right to you, Terry. I see people take time to exclude the third world countries. Let me tell you. Not only do those people not have the internet or computers, they ain't got no money to buy nothing. Don't worry about that. Right, do not worry about excluding third world countries or countries that are war torn, because no one is worried about buying a Batman t-shirt from me when there's missiles exploding around them.
I think, the countries that at least I sell a lot to. A lot of it goes to England. I've done a lot to Australia, Germany, some of the other, I've done Spain, I've done Italy. But it's mostly that. I don't think trying to think if I did Russia, but that my one Russia one did get lost, and that was quite a long time ago. So so they're not countries that you're going to have a problem with.
Yeah, and Sharky Mom's Deals had 40 head of chicken, but she said it's a far cry from 5,000.
Yeah. Oh, it was. As kids, we hated it. I mean, I'm sure it was good for my upbringing, but it was a lot of work. And besides that, we planted 3,000 tomato plants on an acre of land every year. So between the chickens and the tomatoes, we were good workers. And to this day, I guess that's why I have good work ethic.
Oddly enough, I didn't know about the tomato farm part of it.
Geez, honey, I can't remember. I'm just shocked that you didn't know that we had it. And that was back in the day when you hand planted every tomato plant. So 3,000 tomato plants had to be hand planted. But the chickens, that's a daily routine. My sister and I worked like dogs in that chicken farm.
People are asking about GSP, and I have never used it, so I don't have experience, but here's what I do know. Customers in certain countries, not all, but certain countries, will not buy from a seller with GSP because the whole process charges too much money. So they pre-charge you the fees for your country, and they ship it by Priority Express, so super fast.
Okay.
For the most part, mail moves around the world very smoothly, for the most part, from our country to others and vice versa. And even when I charge where I tack on a couple dollars, it's still way less. And a lot of times, and I'm not saying need to skirt any rules or laws. But a lot of times, small packages just skirt through the country into the customer, and they don't ever have to pay for the fees. Some do, some don't. But with the GSP, you always got to pay everything up front. And so, especially Canada, if I can ship an item to Canada for $12, GSP is like $30. So Canadian customers have just said no to it. So here's when I would use, and GSP is global shipping. What you do, if you don't know, what you do is you send your item to Kentucky on behalf of eBay, and then Pitney Bowes resends it out Priority Express internationally to wherever it's going. And then once it leaves Kentucky, they're kind of in charge of it. So if it gets lost or whatever along the way, they'll cover you. But like I said, I don't have anything getting lost more than but people, savvy customers have figured out it is way too expensive. Way too expensive.
I've never done it. Never used it either. No.
Now, here's when I would use it. If you're selling something expensive, like a lot of stuff Mom and I sell, $25, $50, $100, $200 items. If Mom and I had if I had to ship a easy to ship $1,000 item, I would absolutely send a GSP.
Yeah.
Now I got to go figure out how to ship a chair that's going to cost $1,000, and the customer might want 2 or 3. So I'm not even using. I'm going to be using DHL, and they're going to pick it up and take it from here. So it's not even me doing my own shipping, so to speak. So I'm not going to worry about GSP at that point. But if I had something this size and it was $1,000, I would absolutely use GSP because I really want to make sure. Now, on that end too, people ask us, Mom, do we insure our international packages?
I do not.
I don't either. Again, you can. It's like $1 an item if you use a third-party insurer. You can tack. I found people tacking onto all their items, and then I would ask them, "Hey, when's the last time you had an item show up missing?" "Oh, I've had 2." "Okay, what those two cost together?" $50. Yet you spend $1 to insure 600 packages throughout the year to not lose $50. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is bad business.
No, it's not good. Not good. You're wasting your money, really.
The postal systems work for the most part. They work.
Yep.
I had a little issue with mine this week, but they work.
Well, we all do from time to time, I think did we are we off of this topic before I switch over to something else?
We'll end that there because we definitely. I mean, we're at the half-hour mark. We've been talking shipping the whole time, so we said ask us anything. So before we switch over, Mom, say whatever you're going to say, and then anybody else, if you got any questions, we're more than happy to answer them.
I think there was a couple of things going on in the on the thrifting board about FedEx Smart Post again. If anybody was following that link, and I'm just going to say, reiterating, I guess I've been very lucky with my post office because they accept everything. We haven't had any problems along those lines at all. Those of you with heavy packages, I mean, we recommend it. And as I track my packages, they are getting there in practically the same amount of time as priority or first class. So
yeah, I agree.
I mean, I don't see any long delay in shipping. In 2 to 3 days, they have their package. So, I'm still, again, recommending FedEx Smart Post to everybody for those packages that are, getting up 2 to 3 pounds. Even start there. You compare your prices. And, if it's going to be cheaper via FedEx Smart Post, go for it, because why spend $5 more on priority when you can send the same package FedEx Smart Post and save that $5 in your pocket? And sometimes that kind of money is where it's at. Okay.
And we got any other questions, non-shipping related? I think we have we've talked shipping for quite a while.
Any other products?
I had some issues where I actually had to go in the post office and have a chit chat with the person in charge yesterday.
Oh, would you really? Wow.
Fix the problem, and then the ding-a-ling fill-in made a new problem.
Oh dear, bummer. Yeah, sorry to see that. Not fun.
Now Pam Clayton is saying she's had a major problem with FedEx Smart Post. Still has a package not delivered after 1 month. And like I said, with anything, shit happens, and it can happen with anything in your life.
Yep.
Anything. So don't base it on the one. That's a problem with the internet and Facebook groups. Not mine, but the rest. People come and they love to complain, and they get this mob mentality, and it's not the norm.
Right.
There are 17,000 people in my group. Let's say, got my calculator. Let's say on a conservative guess, sell 5 items a day, 5,000 items times a week. That is 5,000 items. And the problem is people fixate on the 2 people who said one of my packages got lost.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So my group,
Yep.
my group on a conservative guess is moving 600 a week. And people, if you got a problem, cool, bring it. We'll help you. But don't fixate on it, no matter what the problem is. Those are the 2 exceptions. The 5,999, 998 other ones were great.
Wasting negativity time. Feedback, Jace, all of a sudden. It's so non-productive. So don't get yourself into that corner. Are we okay? Are we all right? Are we getting feedback?
I don't hear any, do you?
Okay, I did for a second. Now it's gone.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
All right, so any questions before we move on to our other segments, any questions non-shipping related? I think we've done a good job on shipping. It wasn't meant to be a whole shipping show, but that's what we ended up talking about.
Yeah, Jason, I think back when I first started, that was Mom's biggest concern was shipping. I was petrified of shipping in the beginning. I'll admit that.
How hard was it?
Oh, it wasn't. I was afraid I wasn't charging enough or too much, so I was until I started to kind of get comfortable and in the groove. In the beginning, shipping was a big concern of mine. So I can understand where some of everybody's coming from because it did make me nervous. But now, not at all.
But it worked out, didn't it? It was very easy.
Yes, very easy. Very.
We're done on shipping. All right.
Yep.
So James Mars wants to know if I've heard of the Rockin' Tiki Music Shop. I haven't. I think I have a T-shirt, but if that's what you're talking about, it's not a real place you're talking about. It's just a facetious T-shirt.
Okay.
But let me know if there is a real Tiki Music Shop. I'd be interested.
No kidding.
And then Mr. Sadie says, how do you guys take pictures of large items that won't fit in your picture taking area? I bought a huge old magnetic Coleco football game. Glad you brought that up because I got to take pictures of some blankets, giant blankets. And so what I do is, we always tell you don't take pictures on the ground, but there's not a lot of choice when you're taking pictures of like king size comforters. So I have a veranda off the front of my house and I have a nice desert landscaping, which means rock underneath my veranda. So I will just lay it flat there, veranda, and take a straight on shot. Now, of course, the Coleco game, I would just take it out back, find the most photogenic corner of your yard, because you got to. I'd rather see your backyard and a tree and some grass than the rest of your photo studio, because that does not look professional. I'd rather see a backyard. But make sure you just find that nice spot that is not going to compete with the eyeball. Right. So don't find a busy spot. Don't stand in front of the Las Vegas sign and take a picture of your item.
Yeah, Dad, a couple of summers ago, I don't know, I never told him to do this, but he got on the kick that he decided to take all our Hawaiian shirt pictures and dresses outdoors because he thought the background of all the color and that would be so nice. I mean, they did look nice, but it was way too much work in comparison, But I've had big items too, and we've gone outdoors with the big items. So, we have done that.
Yeah, I got one blanket that's bigger than me, so that one definitely, there's just no two ways about it. You've got to find some place where you can be directly above. And since I have a veranda, I can just lean over and shoot straight down. Yeah. So I square it up right into the blanket. Easy, because I've done these giant 4 foot by 4 foot and 5 foot by 5 foot blankets, and that's tricky. That is very, very tricky.
Yep. Especially some of these apps.
But then I will take them and fold them very nice, and then do a couple shots of them just folded, maybe show the bag in my photo area too. I will mix my backgrounds only that time will I mix my background.
Some of those Afghans that you might be purchasing or the throws, with the pictures on them, you're going to want to show the entire picture. That's what's going to sell your product. So make sure you do show the entire picture. I mean, I've had some of, the Cleveland Indians or LeBron or, some of the Cavs players. I've found different Afghans that, have had good pictures on them, but we've had to open them up.
And Lorna said she uses her clothesline. Yeah, we don't have clotheslines in Vegas unless you live in the old school non-incorporated parks. Here in the burbs, there ain't no clotheslines.
Lorna, I used to hang my clothes out every day. But
there is no clotheslines out there, nor would the neighbors like it. But somebody said, or you could use a ladder. Yeah, you could. So make sure though, when you're doing those where you got to be way above it, make sure that you've kind of set it up and angled it so you don't see that ladder or your feet, especially if you need a pedicure. Make sure you can angle it perfectly. And sometimes, like I took a pair of, I was showing some friends some jeans the other day, so just showing friends. I laid them out on the kitchen floor and took the picture. Now, these weren't pictures for anything other than just showing friends, but I made sure I stood like this to get my dang feet out of it, because I don't want to see anybody's feet, nor do they want to see mine.
Of course. No, another thing that they could use, Jason, is one of the rolling clothing racks, the fold-down ones, because that's pretty long. So if you happen to have that, that would be another good thing to lay it over and show your picture.
Not a question we can answer today, but for those of you who have a Savers near you, tomorrow is 50% off because it is a Monday holiday. And they used to have the 50% off on Sundays before the Monday for Savers card holders, and they're not anymore. And somebody wants me to ask my peeps why. I will. I'll ask tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll post it in the group.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I got my notice.
Because I was going to post. Anyway about making sure if you have a Savers to go hit the sales tomorrow, because Vicky, Pink Panther, and I are going to go out tomorrow. And yeah, we're going to hit a few of them. I wasn't going to go, and then she's like, I'm only in town for a couple days. Sad story. I got to take her out. All right, so that's our, we plan on answering more stuff, but we'll do these again. I can see that there's before I go on, Gail says, your pedicure is worth seeing. Yes, Gail, except for I chipped my toe the other day. So that's why I stood, so you couldn't see it, because right now it's a hot mess. It's getting fixed next week.
Oh, boy.
But we'll do these again. It's fun chatting with everybody, and we got 60 in the chat, so it's good. We'll do this again. So let us get on to our one and only segment.
Okay.
And that is our Momma.
Uh-oh. What do we got this week?
Younger, sometimes not so young, sometimes very young. And I found this when I was cleaning out the garage yesterday. My first computer.
Oh, no.
There it is.
Oh my gosh. I wish we still had that. We probably could sell it for good money.
Now, I was really young there. What the hell was I typing?
Oh, I don't know. Mom, that was my home portable typewriter at the time, and I guess you wanted to play with it, so there you were.
Look at the horrendous antique decorations I grew up around.
Yeah, my entire house was antiques. I still have a few left, and none of my kids want them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them.
Yeah, now sell that shit right now. Start.
Yeah.
Somebody says maybe I was writing a letter to Santa. Maybe I was.
Could have been. You never know.
Maybe at 5, I'm like, I want to start typing. Look at all my hair too.
No, you guys, when he was little, those of you who don't know, he had the thickest head of hair ever. As thick as mine. Mine's very thick. And so did Jason. Boy, I don't know what happened, honey. I swear it was that blue dye.
Yeah. People say it's genetics, and I'm like, well, both my grandfathers had the heads of hair into their late years before they passed. So
I know.
Especially my mom's dad. Man, he had a ton of hair. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What happened to me?
Well, and your brother is following suit.
Yeah. It took him longer to get there, but yeah, my brother is the same way.
Yeah, very much so.
All right, let's get to Mom's scores of the week, and she's got a bunch of shares.
Oh. Wait! Before we get into that,
okay. Hold up.
Hold for it. I guess it kind of coincides. I've been wanting to do a sale on my store for the longest time, and just been a little leery to get at it. And I told Jason, I said, well, I don't want to put everything on sale. He says, well, you got to go through each item and just tag it each item. So I sat in front of the TV Friday night and said, okay, I'm doing a sale. And I sat there and I went in and I wanted to do 25% off of the majority of my store, but not the newer things that I had just listed a week ago. So I sat there and rolled through it and marked them off and did it. And because of that sale, I generated some old stuff getting out of here over the weekend. So it did materialize into some decent profit. I mean, I still made money on the things that I sold, even though I had discounted them. So if anybody's out there thinking about doing a sale, I am going to try and do them more often because it does generate things. So now we can go.
I think you just figured out next week's episode. I'll walk through
doing a sale.
Jason,
that's a great idea. Yeah, because I got through what I wanted to do, but there's a couple other things I would like to know how to do. So let's put that on the agenda. Sounds good.
Okay, we'll walk you through doing a sale because you can do it by everything in your store.
Okay.
You can do it by certain categories in your store. You can do it by keywords. You can just pick and choose as you want. And I do them all. Sometimes here, sometimes there. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about that next week. All right, so let's get into your thingies here.
Okay, tell me what do we got up first?
We'll start with the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, these I remember. I think I showed you in one of my hauls that I haven't had it all that long, and anytime you can find the vintage ones, and they don't have to necessarily be that old, but this had a lot of badges on it and so forth. I paid $1 for it, and it was in the sale from my sale over the weekend, and as you can see, I sold it for $11.24. So, and up to that point, I hadn't had any takers look, or, any offers or anything. So I liked it.
And easy to ship.
Very. Poly bag, goodbye. Out.
Poly bag,
goodbye. Okay, I only showed these because maybe it's an item I bought for $1 at a garage sale. But for $1, I sold it for $5. Hello, and they do sell, guys. I mean, don't pass up the vintage retro things because those always seem to move.
So I like this as your first shot, except for one thing. So
Could be long, huh? Maybe
I like putting things at angles. It gives it depth, so I love that. You filled your square, but you got this lower little portion here. I would have taken out a handful of them and just dropped them in a little kind of neat, kind of messy pile right in front.
Yep, that would have been a good idea. Yep,
and again, tiny, easy to ship.
Yep, very much. Yep. This I haven't had all that long. I had one other offer on it, and it didn't materialize. And then a woman came and made an offer that I from the sale, as you can see. So yeah, I paid $3 for that at a garage sale. So still a decent return. I sold it for $44.99. So how can you hate that? What do you got next for me, honey? Did you find it? Are we frozen? Hello, hello. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Of course, I can't see the chat, but we might be frozen. It looks like he's going out. Maybe he's coming back in. I'm waiting for me to join. Do I have to go back in? Are we there? Can you hear me?
I'm coming back.
All right. Was that you? Not me?
Yeah, but here's what was weird. I have two computers, and they both froze up. So wow. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I kept on talking.
Did you finish on this one?
Yes, I'm done with that.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna love my next one. Now I have to give Dad credit on this one. He picked it up at a garage sale. This is a gas mask that was like brand new, and we paid $10 for it. And that, those of us talking about international shipping, went to Australia, everybody. So he paid me the $63.99 plus I think it was like $35 in shipping to Australia. So there you go. Don't be afraid. Now who would buy a gas? I know.
Oh, I was gonna say, good job. You put
Yeah,
it on there.
I thought I did good on that one. Yeah.
Very nice job on the mannequin head. Good job.
Thanks. Well, remember last week when I showed those mugs? Sold the one immediately. Maybe I was priced a little too low. I have one left that is in even a little bit better condition. So I'm gonna up the price to $19.99 on the next one I list. So I just gotta put it up. But I remember I only paid $1 for those mugs. These I found at a garage sale, both of the dolls. One is a Ginny doll. And as you can see from the pictures down below, there was a ton of clothing. I think the clothing was worth more than the dolls. I paid $10 for everything. And as you can see, I accepted the offer of $85. So that was, nice return. Sometimes you just hit those garage sales just right. The people just want to get rid of their stuff. This year, the Marilyn Monroe paid $1 for that and sold it for my full asking price of the $12.99. So it was. I had it for a few months. It didn't sell immediately. I thought it would go quicker than it did, but finally went. Okay. Yeah, the Fisher Price saddle from the barn set, the vintage one. I thought it was going to sell a little bit quicker, and I, had it up for the $9.99. But as soon as I had the sale this weekend, someone jumped on it for the $7.49, and I only paid. What did I pay for the Fisher Price barn? 75 cents. So when you sell things like that and still making decent money, this was good.
All right, here's what you need to do, Ma. You're making way too long of lines down here.
Oh, okay.
So what you got to do is shorten this up. So hit enter after switch, and then just have 2 lines of extra.
Okay, that's good to know. I had no idea.
Because people are going to be, if you look at this on a cell phone, you're going to see how nutty it looks.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we found this Bugs Bunny lighted wall hanging, vintage, because you can see it was from 1992, and he still had his certificate of authenticity. And I had to haggle on this one. They had $20 on it, but I ended up getting it for 10. I remember that one distinctly because we were uptown in Chardon at their flea market, and sold it for $50 finally. So that was a nice one, and It did work. Oh, that was a good sale. I like that one.
And there he is. See, there you go. Good job.
Oh yeah.
Put him on and good.
So that looked good, and I'm sure that helps on the sales. Everyone, don't forget, if you do have things that light up, definitely take a picture, of it lit with the lights off if you can.
Somebody says they don't hear me. I know Mom hears me. Does the rest of you hear me?
Well, let's check. This went quick. I bought it for $3. When did I show that? Just last weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Paid $3 for it, and I took the offer of $25. So, yeah. And again, Dad's showing it lit. Yeah, we even showed the dent on it because I made reference to that it had a dent on the base. Make sure you always tell everybody if there's a problem, if there's dents or stains or whatever.
And Eric, tell your photographer you forgot to do one thing. Anything that plugs in, you need a shot of the plug to show its age.
Oh, okay. Jason, I don't think we knew that, honey. I will tell Dad that. Thanks.
You can definitely tell how old something is. Now, of course, the plug could have been replaced. But for the most part, most things don't. As soon as you plug, you can kind of tell 50s, 70s, 80s, 90s,
Yep.
So always show a shot of the plug. I'll help people gauge the age. Gauge the age.
Yep. I showed this maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago. That we walked in that woman's house and she was loaded with penguins everywhere. And let's see, what did I pay for that little penguin guy? We paid $3 for the decanter and sold it for $34.99. So that was a nice one. Because some decanters bring more money than others, so you got to watch out for that. Make sure you do your research when you buy those. Yeah, we had good luck on the Department 56. The mummy went, and Jason yelled at me because I didn't do a video, and I got lazy and didn't attempt to do it, but sold it for the $24.99, and that's just about where those were selling. There was a number of these up for sale, and I paid $5 for that. But this was a good sale here. This was the spinning pumpkins. Which is adorable, and again a $5 sale. That one we sold for $85. Got my money back. No, actually, I got my money back because we sold one from the Christmas series. So those are moving. Yeah, those are really moving well.
All right, good job. All right, so we are at 12:51. Ma, how much stuff you got to show today?
Well, I don't have to show everything. I can say something for next week just in case.
Yeah. All right. So hit us with your good stuff.
Okay. Well, this one's a keeper. I have to show you. Let me get myself up. I found this tiki lava head.
Wow.
I went to this.
Yeah, back that up. Back that up.
Okay, oops, turn that way. Isn't he cool?
Wow.
I know. $3. $3, Jace.
Any markings?
No, darn it. Here's the base. But he's made out of lava. But he's old because this woman, it came out of an estate sale of a woman that lived on Bass Lake Road, which is the street I grew up on with the chickens and everything. And it was an older lady that, she had collected from stuff from all over the world. So it's an old timer. That's all I can tell you there. Okay.
You always have good stuff. I'm not usually jealous. That one I am very jealous of.
I'm jealous on that one. Okay.
I got it now.
All right. Teapots sell well, folks. And I did look this one up, and it is. Can you see that? I'm up to Otagary, and it still has the tag on it. And I paid $2 for this. I think is that a $2? Yeah, $2. And I'm probably going to put this up for around 25 or so. But yeah, teapots are always good sellers. Jason, Dad and I stopped at Sabres last week, where we ran into Annette Frazier, a friend of ours on the thrifting board. And luckily I got there ahead of her because I found this. This is a vintage 1970.
Oh, we used to have that. I used to get my worry about it.
No, we had the exact same one. In fact, Dad and I have sold one of these before in the past, and we did have a 30% off coupon. It ended up costing me $5.59. But that's going to be about a $40 or $50 item because these sell really well, you guys. So be on the lookout for the Cookie Monster stuff. Okay.
You took me back to my 8-year-old self on Bean Road.
Yeah, I know.
See, for cookie, that's good enough for me.
Yes, that's it. I don't. Any of you familiar with the Wallace?
Oh no!
Whoops, let me get it over there. We can see it better.
It disappeared for a second. Let me see the back.
Oh yeah, is that?
Right, we gotta buy you a better camera too.
Okay. Well, I'm only using the one on the computer. You know.
No, we'll get you a
I have to show you. I won't go through the other clothes, but I will show you this one because I got to put it up today. But I thought this would be a good combination for a Halloween T-shirt. It's all glittery. And I paid, what did we pay for that one? $3. But it's awfully big. They say extra large, but God, this is a huge extra large. Yeah, so we got that one. Let's see. Oh, Jason, have you ever seen this mug for Hawaii? You see that? It's got the islands on it. It's kind of a mixture of a frosted glass. I cannot find anything on the bottom. If it was a fancy brand name, I don't know, but I'm open to any help on that one, guys.
It's hard to tell.
I know. Jason, I found this, but sad to say, there's no marking, just the Japan on it.
Yeah, well, it's a tiki rum barrel.
Yeah, so I wish it had some markings.
Yeah. So that one's not a big seller by itself.
Right.
So you either put it in your collection or group it with a couple other non-specific tiki mugs.
All right. Elvis. Okay, stop. There. These suckers sell. I had to pay $5 for it. It was at the Goodwill, and but they're getting around $25-30 of Elvis. So I said, I'll get that. Those few things I'll save that for next week. But I want to show you one more thing that I also found at Sabres.
We still got a couple minutes, so yeah, whatever we got.
All right. Okay. Look familiar?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's a few up, but I had to pay after the discount. I got it for $9, but these are selling like $40 to $75. So it just depends when you put it up. You still have yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I'll part with it. I probably will. Found some. I have a question for the group. Let me see if they can give me a helping hand on this. I found this Nick and Nora robe right here. Okay. So it's a Christmas kittens in their stockings. It did not have the tie. Dad has this red tie off his robe. He says, I don't care if you use it, but I just don't know. It's not the same color red. Would that be corny to include that?
Well, I think it's better to have a tie with your robe than not.
Unless I go buy some ribbon.
You're right.
What do you think?
You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, because I said, "Do you hear me?" And you're like,
Oh.
I said, I think it's better to have a robe with an off-color tie than no tie at all.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you kind of faded out there.
I don't know what's going on. Our reception is crappy all of a sudden.
I bet. All right, so you think I should leave the red tie there? All right. Okay, we still have a couple more minutes. All right, well, then we'll show you a couple more things. Bought these two mugs. Steins. I guess let's do it one at a time so I can get the full picture here. Okay. Niagara Falls okay? But it's marked on the bottom. Yeah, let's see. Whoa. Tilt. Can you read that, Jason? Or not, honey?
See,
Yeah. It says made in Japan for SIGAL Brothers Limited, Windsor, Canada. And these cost me, whoops, $1.39. Okay, but these sell well. I mean, these are $25 item, and this one is Holland, Michigan. Okay, I know, Holland, Michigan. And this one is also marked made in Japan, Jay.
nice.
Yeah, so those are older, and again, $1.39 on those. I don't. What?
The chat is saying no tie in the robe. Just leave as is.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought, no, I'd rather just say, tie is missing. I thought it looked awful myself. Dad picked up this Mickey Mouse mug. I don't do a lot. You gotta be careful on the mugs because, they're so saturated out there with Mickey and the whole gang. We paid $2 for this, but when Dad looked it up, he says these were selling between $15 and $20. Selling. So
right.
that's why we picked this one up. I know I've made reference before to old-time amusement parks. There's one out here in Pennsylvania, right on the border of Ohio and Pennsylvania, called Conneaut Lake Park. It's still there, but it's a real old-timer, and that was the main reason I bought that. And it is siesta wear. So I paid $1 for that, and I'll probably try and get around $15 or $20 on that. And then I think this is I won't go into any more clothing. You can see these. Here's 5 of these. All these DVDs. I'll show you real quick. Aladdin. I bought 10 of them. I mainly was looking to get these for my granddaughters so that I have something to entertain them with while they're here. Then Dad started to look them up. He says, maybe we should sell these because I only pay 50 cents a piece. And the cheapest one sells for $10. So, I don't know. Do I hang on to them or do I sell them?
Did you scan them with your app after you learned how to do it on our show?
Say that. Yes, I did. I did.
Right. Well, then let's start selling. Well, you have to sell them on eBay.
Yeah. I'm still debating. I mean, I might keep a few, but if there's a couple of them worth it more than the $9.99. Some are $14.99, and so we'll see. But that's pretty much my haul. I think. One more time, Jason. Jealous.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to test your brain before we hang up. Ready?
Oh no. What?
Facebook will give you your memories on that day.
Yes.
You go right now.
All right. You're gonna have to cut. You cut out. I didn't hear anything you said.
What were you and I doing 7 years ago today?
Oh my goodness gracious. 7 years ago. So this is 2016. That'd be 2009 in October. Oh man, were we no, it hasn't been that long. I was gonna say one of our vacations, but I'm not sure. 7 years ago.
I'll even tell you what we were doing. You tell me where we were. You ready?
Oh, you're garbled, honey. Really bad.
Hang on, I got an idea.
Okay.
Mute.
Hello? Whoa.
Lots of feedback.
That wasn't good. Damn it.
Yeah.
Am I still garbled?
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay, so 7 years ago today, we were playing putt-putt. Where were we?
Oh, wait a minute. I was going to say up in Lake George, but that wasn't Lake George in October.
Yes, it was.
Was it really?
Yeah, 7 years ago today.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. At least I did get it. Hallelujah.
Good
Yeah.
job. All right. Sorry about that echo. I was trying to do an end around, and it worked horribly.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like the Browns, I dropped the ball.
Yeah. Oh, Brown. We won't even talk about the Browns.
All right, cool.
I was just going to say, the Browns just lost their third quarterback today. We think he broke his collarbone, so now we're down to our fourth. This season.
Cleveland has two professional teams.
Yep.
My
Oh, yeah, you're just cutting out so bad, honey. I can't hear you. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So maybe Mommy better comes out today. I don't know. Don't forget, everybody, Ecom Chicago here in a couple weeks. We sure hope we see a bunch of you there. Looking forward to that. Jay and A are going to be next Wednesday night, he said. Yep. Thrifty Business with Jay and A. Jason, try and talk. Let me see if I can hear you.
Hello.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
All right. So, real quick, subscribe.
Yes.
Please hit like. And that Thrifty Business Wednesday night, we will show you how to put your store on sale and the different kinds of sales you can have.
Yeah.
And that's it. Time to go watch more football.
Yeah, well, I wish I was. I was waiting for my baseball game at 4:00, but no tribe today. So, but thank you everyone for watching. We sure appreciate it. Oh, it cut out again. I'm going to say, you say you're Jay, I'm Peg, and we're out. Bye, everybody.